Today you find me at a railway station. I'm not really going to be focusing on as much Hyde North. I just felt like it's a good location to start today's video. But there's a reason why I'm at Hyde North, because the services that call here are the Rose Hill, Marple to Manchester Piccadilly services. But when they leave Hyde North, they actually join another line at Hyde Junction, the Glossop Line. And today's video we're going to look at more stations along the Glossop Line. So right behind me here is the exit for Hyde North Station. I'm going to make way to Flowery Field Station on foot because the distance between the two stations is actually only a 6-minute walk. But yeah, the entrance to that railway station at Hyde North, it actually takes you to a housing estate. You would not see first glance that that is an entrance to a railway station. You just think that's a normal path that takes you to somewhere else. So after a 6-minute walk, we actually reached our first station, Flowery Field, on the Glossop Line. And this station was actually built to serve the area of Flowery Field. But it actually opened in May 1985 by British Rail. And the last time I was here is actually during the September heatwave. That's when I filmed Manchester Piccadilly to Flowery Field. But today though, the weather's going to be much different. Anyway, we are waiting for the next train now to take us to Newton for Hyde. So hopefully I can do this part to camera about that building right behind me making an absolute racket. But anyway, this station that I'm currently at is Newton for Hyde, which has probably one of the worst waiting shelters on this platform, especially with the weather like today being a bit raining. It's actually drizzling at the moment, but it's not heavy rain, which is good to be honest. Was hoping it would clear up, but there you go, British weather for you. But anyway, Newton for Hyde is actually one of the original stations on this route. I'll explain about the station history in a second. So a bit of history about this railway station. It opened on the 17th of November 1841 by the Sheffield, Ashton-under-Lyne and Manchester Railway as Newton and Hyde. In 1858 it was renamed Newton for Hyde. So on the Glossop or Hadfield bound platform, you're actually exposed to the elements with that waiting shelter that I mentioned earlier. Looks like one of the worst waiting shelters I've ever seen. But on the Manchester bound platform, there's actually a better waiting shelter which looks more prettier, to be honest with you. And there is a ticket office here, but you've got to go down some steps. And then once you get down some steps, you reach the ticket office, but the station building on street level is a very nice station indeed. I actually really like that, to be honest. This station does have character. But anyway, we shall be leaving Newton for Hyde to head to our next station, Godley. So the next station down the line is Godley. And this station does look a bit modern, to be honest, because it actually opened in the 1980s, the same decade as Flowery Field Station opened. But this station opened on the 7th of July 1986 by British Rail. Now there was another station a bit further down called Godley East, which saw trains heading towards Woodley, which is the Hyde North to Romney line. Now that station closed in 1995 and the track has been lifted. That disused station you can't get to, but there is something else in the area that I do want to see. So I'm currently walking this footpath here, which is not too far from Godley Station. And the railway relic I want to see is actually on top of this bridge right here, because that is the Godley East to Woodley line. It is a footpath, but the problem is I don't know how to get up there, to be honest, because the railway relic I want to see is actually a bit further down that direction over there. But I remembered in the YouTube comments when I went to Godley the last time, someone did mention that I should see this, and I didn't. Well, this time I'm going to see this railway relic, if I can get up there, to be honest with you. So that's the other side of the bridge where I was currently at. But I think there's some steps here that might take me to it. I know the weather's not the best of weathers today. It might be a bit wet when I go that way, but at least I got some boots on. Now, to be honest, I would not recommend doing what I just did, to be honest. Because I took those steps, but those steps actually took you to a muddy field. It was really muddy indeed. And I had to go through a fence, walk up this path right behind me here, and once I walked up this path, it's actually took me to the area that is a public footpath, which is just right behind me here now, but this is the former Woodley to Godley East line. But the railway relic that I want to see is actually just right behind these trees here, which I'll show you right now. To be honest, I think this is the very first time actually being at a railway turntable pit. But by Godly, this turntable is absolutely massive. I don't think on footage it shows how just this turntable is massive. But honestly, it's a very good find indeed. But Godly turntable was constructed in the early 1930s, with the last steam locomotive to use this turntable in 1968. Now I'm going to head back to the railway station now, because I've got about just under 15 minutes to catch my next train to the next station. Okay, so I came down the wrong way because unfortunately this path takes you to a fence down there. You can't even get through there because there's a path there that probably take you back to the railway station. I missed my train now, but to be honest, I'm absolutely glad I come this way. There's some platform here. This is Godley East Railway Station. But I think the platform I'm looking at, which you've seen on screen, I think took trains towards Woodley from the Glossop Line. But by Godley, that's absolutely brilliant that I found that. Some advice: if you go towards Godley turntable, just don't take that path. In fact, go that way instead, because that will take you to a much better path and take you onto the cycle route or the walkway to get to Godley turntable. Anyway, I'm in a rush now to head back towards Godley Station and get the next train towards Hattersley, which is the next station down the line. To be honest, I think the experience at Godley was a Godley ordeal, to be honest. But at least I found the remains of Godley East Station from the Woodley bound platforms. However though, on the train from Godley to this location, you can actually see the remains of Godley East Station from the Glossop side. But this station currently at is Hattersley, and also at Hattersley you can actually see Godley East Station from Hattersley. But the one thing you notice about this railway station is it is an island platform here. So the one thing to point out with Hattersley Station is that it's not an original station on this line. It actually opened much earlier than Flowery Field and Godley, because this station actually opened in the 1970s. It actually opened on the 8th of May 1978 by British Rail. So just come out to the railway station to have a look at the station building, but to be honest, They've actually revamped it. It's actually a new station building here at Hattersley. A bit more modern. So that quite surprised me, that is, because I remember that station building being all brick. But it looks like they've modernised that station building. It does look good, to be honest. But I'm going to catch the next train now and head to Broadbottom. So our 323 should be arriving, and let's go to Broadbottom. So the next station coming at is a very beautiful station indeed, but this is Broadbottom. Stop giggling. Seriously, stop giggling. But no, seriously, it has really been eventful on the Glossop Line, or the Woodhead Route, as this used to be the former Woodhead Route from Manchester London Road / Piccadilly to Sheffield Victoria. But it has really been eventful and enjoyable, to be honest, from Flowery Field to Broadbottom. And the next part of this series will start at Broadbottom as I take a trip towards Dinting and finish this mini-series. But for now, I'm going to drop a video right here. Feel free to give that a click. The people on screen are YouTube channel members and Patreon supporters. Thank you for supporting the channel. I have been SimOnTrains. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe. I'll see you for a trip to Dinting.